Welcome to the Amy McManus Show on AM 1480 WLEA. I have a guest in the studio today, just a regular Joe like myself, regular Jane. Dave Preet's in the house. Thanks for coming, Dave.
Joe Plumber.
He's also done some football talk here at WLEA as well. I wanted to bring just somebody, just one of us. A lot of times we talk to the professionals and the people with lots of letters after their names, but I think it's important that we all just talk to each other. And I wanted to bring Dave in, and I'll explain that in a minute, but I think sometimes when we live in a small town, Hornell or Canisteo or Arkport, whatever, it's easy to think that we're not as involved as the media would like to think that we are. But I've noticed, I had mentioned this at a show a few months ago, that in the spring, soon after the inauguration, I was talking with people, and I was amazed at how many people I never thought were interested in politics, and that were very interested, very engaged, would come up to you and talk to you about what was going on in the town and in the state and in the world. And I've realized that their passion and intensity for the issues has really just increased. And in talking with them and in talking with the more seasoned citizens, I can tell you, and I know many of you have heard this, that I've never seen this in my lifetime, where people seem to be so polarized, uncivil, vitriolic, and even if they're not behaving in that manner, they're certainly portrayed that way by the fringe media. And it's not just the way the opposition treats each other. It's oftentimes the fact that those who are perhaps ignorant of issues often get more coverage. So I wanted to talk to Dave Preet because he had something interesting happen to him on this subject as well as I did. So we're gonna share sob stories about how difficult it is, and as I said, we're not immune just because we live in a rural area, to have a conversation with someone and have differing opinions, because it seems like just in the past 10 or 12 years or so, maybe a little longer, that no one can have a civil disagreement. So on that note, I'll just give you a brief background. Dave and I are Facebook friends, and he made just one line, I think it was, and I've never seen so many comments made on a one line status. There was like 60 comments. So Dave, you can take it from there.
Yeah, it was quite comical, actually. If I could just take a couple minutes and kind of explain my background as far as my political stance. I'm not afraid to talk about it. That's part of the problem is, I don't go looking for a political fight, a political argument, right, but I certainly don't back down from one either. If I see somebody who expresses something, whether it's on Facebook or in a casual conversation, that says something politically that I don't agree with, depending on where the situation I'm in or where I'm at, I'm going to say something.
Right. Don't you think that's part of the problem, too, is that too many people are afraid to speak out because of the reaction you're going to get?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not one of those people. I mean,
right.
If you walk up to me on the street and, knowing my political background, you say something to me, I'm going to fire back. I'm not going to do it in a way that's vengeful or harmful, but I'm going to politely disagree and express my reason for my argument.
And you are an independent, just for the record, as I am.
Well, and see that, and that's part of the problem. You see, I for years, since I was 18, says I could vote, and I'm now in my mid-30s. So for those of you who are wondering how old I am, that's how old I am.
You're a youngin'.
Don't feel it. I have been a registered Republican for several years, and I actually I'm still a registered Republican. I haven't gotten. I'm still lazy. I haven't gone to change yet, but I will before the next elections come up. And the reason for that is because, quite honestly, I'm really, really sick and tired of the two-party system and the way it works. Government and politics their purpose should be to bring this country together. And it doesn't work that way anymore. If anything, it totally divides us. It's weakened our country over the past several years to the point now where there's other countries that look at our country and they're like, what a joke. You have two sides of the aisle fighting with each other over stupid little things, and they act like little kids. So I don't want to affiliate myself with either one of them for that reason. But idealistically, I'm more of a Republican. I have the,
You're a conservative.
Yeah, I'm a conservative. Some issues I'm more towards the center, but social issues I'm a conservative. So one night on Facebook, somebody had, actually I forget what the comment was, something about Obama and his.
I think you called it Obamacare, which makes
Yeah.
people just, smoke shoots out of their eyeballs if you use that term. But
It was Obamacare, and then I think I was also picking on the Cars for Clunkers, the Cash for Clunkers.
Wonderful program.
Oh yeah, great program. Yeah, wonderful. I'm glad our taxpayer dollars are going to such a great program. and then I think it was the day when they announced that they were doing cash for appliances. So I said, well, why don't we do cash for old shoes, cash for useless husbands, cash for whatever. You exchange them in and get more efficient
Red
things.
hats.
Yeah, cash for red hats, cash for whatever. We have all this money to throw around, so why not? So somebody of the liberal side just took offense to what I was saying. And even though I was saying it tongue in cheek.
Well, that's the problem, I think. I don't know what it is, but I'm really convinced that progressives don't have a sense of humor. Or they know you're trying to be humorous, and they choose to take things literally just so they can demonize you. Just so they can demonize you.
Absolutely. And and they're the same people. What gets me is that they're the same people who for 8 years, and I supported President Bush. I didn't agree with everything he did, and I don't think he was. I think he by far was not the greatest president in the world. And I've expressed that opinion. People, oh, you're a Bush guy. You love.
Right.
I did support him, but I didn't like everything that he did. But the liberals were the first people to stand in line and attack him whenever the guy even sneezed wrong. Mm-hmm. So now that he's out of office and their man is in, and somebody from the Republican side or the independent side, anybody that criticizes him, all of a sudden it's, you cannot do that. That's wrong. You're racist. You're this. You're that. And this is what happened on Facebook when I was making these comments about Obama. And I was making the comments not because I disagree with him because of the color of his skin. Mm-hmm. It's because of his policies and things that he has tried to do or implement. I don't agree with it. Mm-hmm. So automatically, because I don't agree with the president or with his administration, that automatically makes me a racist. Mm-hmm. And, I find that really comical because a lot of my friends, and not just my Facebook friends, my real life friends, are of different cultures, different ethnicities. A lot of my friends are African American. I don't have one racist or prejudiced bone in my body, but if I say something to a liberal about Obama and how I don't like it, something that he's doing, or I don't approve of him overall as a president, automatically that label is placed on me. Mm-hmm. And that's wrong.
So you posted this comment, and you got some pretty heated comments back, and you got a bunch more heated comments defending you.